Hey guys, today it's a new day. What? Another one? How is that possible? We had one yesterday. Okay, so today I'm. I don't know. I woke up. Oh yeah, I had a dream about going, like having to run around looking for a bathroom, and then I didn't find it. But there was a grandma who became a a gremlin and rushed to the handicapped door, no, the handicapped toilet, and there was a guy in a wheelchair just roaming around, and me and him were in like a competition to find the next toilet. And then I was like, yo, I gotta find it. I don't care about this guy with disabilities, bro. I gotta piss. Um, but then I woke up on the couch, and then I was like, no, if I had pissed all over the couch, that would never go away. And so I'm very happy that I didn't find that toilet in the dream. Oh, yeah, and then I woke up and went to the toilet, and then I went to sleep in my bed. Um, and then I had another dream. I don't know why I had this like the same main goal. Maybe because I drank a lot of water before I went to bed or something. But yeah, uh I had to like, I don't know, make it up some stairs, and I had to like beat like smash people's skull in with like a fire extinguisher, like hand uh, like basically. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I got to the top, and then I had to walk down, and then this person was like, "Yo, we gotta lock ourselves in the bathroom," and then there was one guy that we just smashed to pieces, and then he just because he was like a demon or whatever, and then like we put him in the shower, and then the person I was with was like, "Yo, you got this is the toilet. This is the real toilet. You should go here. This is the real toilet." And I was like, "Are you sure? No, this doesn't feel right." And then I wake up, and then I'm like, "Oh, that bitch. No." And then I was like I don't know. I was just like defeated because I was lied to by the person who was in my team. And I don't know, I just woke up at that point, and I just went to take a piss again, and then I went back to sleep, and then I don't remember anymore. It's a good thing that you can't really remember um dreams, because there's a lot of things where I wake up, and then I'm like, yo, I did so many things. And then I realized, no, it was all a dream. And then if I had remembered all of that stuff that I've supposedly done, I would be like, no, wait, is that real or is that a dream? And yeah, I do not want to live in a state where the dreams are like a distant memory. But yeah, I don't know why I was. Well, no, I was tired because I was sleeping. I don't know, yeah. Today I'm gonna go in like an hour or two. No, yeah, like 2 hours. It's now 10:18. No, it's actually 10:16 because that is 1 hour and 2 minutes too fast. Whoa. Okay. Mm, yeah, I'm gonna have to go in like 1.5 hour, I think. Wait a minute. 2.5 hours. No, okay, so it's no, it's 1.5 hours. Okay, so I'm gonna have a shorter episode because I need like an hour minimum to just get through my morning routine. It's not very complex, it's just that it takes a lot of time because I just zone out every all the time, and like uh yeah, I don't know, I just suddenly I start writing like a five um 5 page essay on how someone can like improve their blender stuff, or like what they can do differently. And then I snap back to reality and I'm like, no, I spent many hour on making a advice list or whatever, and I am going to be late. And then after, like, even worse is when they go like, I don't care, and then they don't even listen to the advice because they're like, no, I want to do this myself. I don't care about your advice, even though I asked for it. And like, it's okay if they don't want advice, but like, why ask for it if they don't want it? I know it's like a ego thing most of the time. Like, they ask for help because like, oh, how can I make this better? And then they've made it like as good as they can, and they actually, instead of wanting like critique, they want like approval, and like, how can I make this better? Oh my god, that is so cool! Wow, that's kind of what they're expecting, instead of, oh, you can like make the lighting a little differently, like you can do this and that and that and this, and then they go like, yeah, okay, and then they don't do it because they don't actually care about improving it. They care about like, I don't know, getting recognition for their work. No, disgusting, cringe, and unbased. If people like what you're making, you're doing it wrong. Ah, it's not true. It's not true. No, no, no. I'm so tired. Oh. Yep. Yesterday I made another song. I've been trying to make more songs lately, but I've just, I don't know. It's kind of, it's not art. Well, it is art block, but I don't believe in art block as just like a thing that you just go through. It's a thing you put yourself into, in my opinion. Because it's like when you start having more and more, or higher and higher uh, ideas of what you can do, you think it's often easy to go into like a mindset of like, oh, I need to make it better than the last. I can't make it worse, or I can't like do this and that worse than that. And so when you realize like, oh shit, this isn't really that great, then you're like, no, I'm letting I'm I'm doing bad, and well, yeah. But then it is like, it, I would say art block is kind of a form of insecurity, because you you might see that like, oh yeah, this isn't as good, and then you might feel like, I can't show this because this is too bad. But then a lot of people would like see it and be like, yo, this is pretty cool actually, or like people might enjoy seeing that your like the things you make, the art you make, isn't always like the best, the most high quality, and like the most time spent on it. Like, you don't need to spend a billion years on one thing, because then you never like get anything done, basically. Because if you always strive for perfection, you will never get anything done. And that is I don't know, I've been having trouble with getting my music done because I've gotten so many more instruments. At least this is one of the reasons I believe it's harder for me now. I've gotten like a few more instruments, and now I'm thinking like, oh, I gotta incorporate them and like use them and stuff. But then I don't know how, and so I just like play the same thing on all of the instruments, and I'm like, okay, how do I make this not just a loop? Like, how do I make this interesting? And I've forgotten some of the stuff, so I've like looked back or listened back on some of the best or the songs that I deem the best, or some of the best that I've made, or the ones I'm most happy with. And I've realized that the reason my other songs were good were because they were simple. They had like a scope that was easy to get. Like I had just gotten the flute for the like the AV encoder, unveiling, and that song, the things in my apartment. Mm, and yeah, I had gotten a flute right before that, and I didn't know how to play it, and so I just made a lot of sounds on it, and then like that was just a random thing that I just like, oh, I like this sound. And now whenever I make something, it's like, okay, I gotta make it like on the beat. I gotta make the melody interesting. It can't be like monotone because that's boring. And like, yeah, I don't know, there's way too many things I've learned like the theory of, but I haven't actually done that much. Like I've learned too quickly, like the theory too quickly compared to actually like practice or like practical stuff. Like if I had watched less videos and done made more music, it would likely not be as big of an issue with the art block, because now I know what to look for. Like I know what somewhat why the songs don't work, and so I'm like, oh no, I gotta fix it by doing the what do I do? And then I don't know because I haven't made the brute forcing way or whatever. I haven't like actually done it or whatever. So yeah, it's not all good just looking at a ton of tutorials, because you will understand very quickly how little you know, and you will feel like music is, or anything is, just like overpowering, like too much. Like, oh, I gotta learn all of this stuff. Ah, yikes. And then you stop having fun because you always just analyze what you're doing wrong, and you, instead of having fun, you're just like, oh, why is this? How do I? Okay, do I change it with this? No. Okay, do I change it with this? No. Oh my god, I don't like this thing. And then I just like, just I don't have any more energy to spend on this, and then I just don't do it because I feel like drained, and that's not how I felt like when I enjoyed making music, when I didn't know anything. Like when I didn't know anything, I was like, yo, this is so epic, nice, whoa. And then I would have so much energy for the rest of the day. But now I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, bro. And then I don't have any more energy, like whatsoever. Like I can only like lay on the couch and like die basically. Um, and I don't know if that's because I've just like stopped drinking caffeine. Because whenever I drink coffee, I have so much more energy, But the problem is I get so much worse sleep, and I get addicted after like 2 or 3 days. So after like 2 or 3 days, if I don't drink a cup of coffee or something, um, during that day, I will feel like shit. And like one day every now and then, that is okay because I can use it to either start, like kickstart a project or end a project. But if it is like in the middle of a project, it just kind of feels like a waste because I would need to drink more coffee, or else I would just lose interest the day, like the next day. Um, yeah, I don't know. Making art is fun, but it can also be too much sometimes when you bite off more than you can chew. And the way I normally look or see if something is like way too much, if I have bitten off more than I can chew, is if it just feels overwhelming and like it's just annoying and tedious, because that often, at least to me, is a indicator of too much too quickly. But then again, I don't want to do too little too slowly, because that just also feels really bad. So it's like a Goldilocks zone. And sometimes it even I benefit a lot from just jumping to another art medium instead of just continuing in music. If I feel bored about, feel like I'm done, or feel like I'm bored with music, I just switch to like painting or drawing or Blender. I love Blender. Have I told you guys that yet? But yeah, just jumping to another um art medium is a pretty nice way to like stop art block, in my opinion, or in my case, because it can sometimes be that you're just tired of doing the same thing over and over again. And I get very tired very quick. I very quickly get tired of doing the same things over and over. So if I do the same thing for an entire week, I would probably be drained by the end of the week, or halfway. It depends, really. If I push myself, I will just like dislike it more and more, and I will just, the more I push myself, the longer the break between the next time I try that medium will be. And yeah, so I try to like maintain some chillness, so it's not like, oh, I gotta do this or I die because I can't uh, build my, like, yeah, I don't know, if I can't add new things to my portfolio or whatever. I don't even have a portfolio, like a consistent portfolio yet. I should probably do it, but yeah. Um, yeah, yeah. If I feel like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to uh become an like independent artist or like self-sustained artist, because, oh, I'm not gonna be like, because I can't put the hours into it at 100% of the time. And I'm like, yeah, I've tried to be more chill with it, like realizing that, okay, I can't do much more today. Will me getting angry and frustrated over it, will that change anything, or will that just demotivate me further? And usually it's just demotivating So I just try to just realize that, okay, I'm probably tired because I did like I was exposed to a lot of external stimulation and like a lot of that stuff. But it's still sometimes I just like wanna make stuff and I don't have the energy, and I'm like, no, I wanna make stuff. And then I still get frustrated because even though you have a really good way of dealing with something, every now and then that system or like that way of dealing with it won't work. And so I find having many different ways to tackle the same problems are often more helpful than just having like one thing you can do when a single project, no, when a single problem occurs. Because if you have three problems, you can like do one of them first, and then like, okay, that didn't work, then do the second one, that didn't work either, and then you do the third one, okay, that worked. And yeah, the more different ways, or the more I treat like all the like the problems that I get or run into as like, this will return, this will 100% return at some other point. I should reflect on why it happens and what I can do and like what works. And it's not easy to do when you've only experienced that problem like 2 or 3 times, but when you have gone through it like 10, 20 times, you will start seeing like the pattern, like, okay, this happens gradually, or this happens like very quickly, and it happens because of this, or it can be influenced by that. And I'm saying very vague thing, very very vague things. Vague. Oh, okay, vague. Saying very vague stuff like this and that and thus and thus. But it is really like, you can't really specify it down to like one the problems and stuff, because everyone will have their own problems and things that they find challenging, and they will all, like everyone will have their slightly own, oh no, have very slightly different um ways of dealing with them. And so me telling or saying like what works for what does not necessarily mean that it will actually be useful or useful to anyone else, because everyone else has like different stuff and reflection, like just thinking. Or every time people say like, just do this, like it's like, no, it's not just do this, it's so much more than just doing that. And yeah, it's kind of, I find it kind of whack. I say it myself as well. I think it's just like the way we talk maybe, but it's often easy to say, oh yeah, you just gotta do, and then yeah, and like when you do it and you've heard like, okay, I only need to do this, and then it doesn't work, like, okay, I guess it just doesn't work. So just, yeah, I keep saying the just word, and I don't know, it's a weird word, because it's it's like narrowing it down. It's like a narrowing down word when you need to broaden your view, because people think like, oh yeah, to fix this problem you need to focus on the problem, and sometimes that works maybe like temporarily, but often you need to like find the source, not the symptom. Like if you like have an illness, for example, if you're like if you got the flu or something, focusing on the symptoms, like just the symptoms, only the symptoms, then that won't mean you necessarily uh like no, I don't know. Yeah, if you only look at the symptom, you might not like recognize, or you might not check if it is what it is, and then it could be something else. It could be the same symptoms as the flu, but it could be like, I don't know, lung cancer or something. I don't know. And then if you focus on the what is this thing actually, or why do I have these symptoms, and then you look at that instead of oh, I have this problem, I need to fix it by doing this, and like, okay, and then getting very frustrated when the same problem happens over and over and over and over and over again, and everyone else just seems to not have it, or not be as weak, and you start feeling like, oh shit, okay, maybe I'm just bad at this stuff, and then because everyone else just says you just gotta do this, you just gotta do this, um you think like, okay, I guess I'm just too bad. I guess I just can't do these things. And often it's not because you can't do it, it's because you don't look at the problem, or you don't look at the source of the problem, just the problem. And that is often like what I'm trying to like uh, realize whenever I have a problem. Like, is this that, or is this? And sometimes I'm like, or am I just making it up? Like, am I just tired and just, or am I just lazy and just making it up? It's all in the head, And yeah, I don't know. It's all in the head, but you are always in your head, so it's always true. So why not look for how to understand uh, you, basically? Because the more you understand yourself, and not like understand how other people, well, yeah, you can understand yourself through understanding other people, but if you don't think of it as like, okay, this person is acting the same as me, that's the reason why I feel frustrated with this person, because they're basically showing me what I don't like about me, and oh my god, why do they have to do that? And like, they're probably doing it to annoy me. That's kind of the thoughts I've had, like before I started um, realizing that, oh, okay, the reason I get frustrated at people or frustrated with people is because they remind me of myself, a version of me that I have either heard from someone else is incorrect, or like the wrong way to be, and then when I see someone else be that way, they remind me of like, oh no, this person is being wrong because I was told that I was wrong when I did these things, and now I have to tell this person that they are wrong, and then the cycle just continues like that. uh, and the cycle doesn't really stop until you stop and think about like, why do I actually get frustrated with these people? And then you realize, oh shit, okay, I am just unhappy with myself because I've been told, or I haven't built up enough confidence or self-esteem or something. That is like self-esteem and stuff, that is it is very important, especially for like an artist, because if you have low self-esteem and low self-confidence, you will often start seeking out like approval, and instead of making art that you want to make, you start making like art that other people like, it's easy to then forget what you want to make, and then you get bored with art, bored of creation and stuff. And I don't know, I feel like that is a very common thing, because a lot of people are like freelancing and stuff, and of course you gotta like I'm pretty bad at, if I were to try freelancing, I'm pretty sure I would be really bad at it, because I wouldn't like making anything for someone else. I would just make it for myself, which doesn't really work when you have to fulfill somebody else's uh, wish of what you should do. And yeah, I don't know. I just have better ideas. No, I don't have better ideas. I just have my own ideas. And a lot of people don't have the confidence to put their own ideas or like trust their gut. So they often like ask for other people's opinions on creative decisions, and sometimes they even like uh, don't take creative decisions themselves. They always just outsource the creative making and the creativity to other people, which I would like. That sounds like it would be very annoying, because nobody would have the same idea as you, so they would always come up with different ideas on how to like make it different or improve it or like change stuff, while you might have some vague idea, and then yeah, you might end up just like unhappy with the thing, because everyone, like the tips that everyone else gave you, didn't really sit well with you, and so maybe you follow them but you don't feel like they were good enough. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, I have a kebab in my fridge, a very small one, but I think it will be enough for breakfast. And it is also very cold because it's in the fridge, and I like cold kebab. It's actually like pretty good. I like it more. I think I like it more than room temperature, or yeah, more than room temperature, but not as much as warm, I think. And also, oh, I love the bread they used in the kebab. It's like so soft and like chewy, and it's not dry, because often it's like many kebab places have either like the wheat flour tortillas, or they have like really dry dough, and that is kind of, I don't know, annoying. I like the kebab place close by to where I live, because they have pretty good bread. I basically, I mostly judge kebabs on their bread and their sauces, because there are kebab places where they put some sauce that tastes like ketchup, and I'm like, bro, you just destroyed the thing. And it's like the hot sauce to make it like hotter. So I always buy mine uh, mild, because they don't put any of the wacky sauce. And they might think like, oh, this guy's just a pussy. He doesn't even like medium. But no, I just don't like ketchup in my kebab. It just tastes bad. It just ruins the whole thing. Regardless of like spiciness level, because the spiciness doesn't really, I don't know, I get sweaty and my hair starts getting oily because my head starts creating a lot of sebum, and yeah, it's just annoying. So I would rather just have a mild kebab because it's just better, factually better, not subjectively. Nothing is subjective in life. Everything is 100% fact and logic, or false information and cringe and stuff like that. And my opinions are always fact based. You can count on that. Ugh. I am going to go now. Have a day and do the stay. Do, 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 do. Wait, no, that's Squid Game. Squid Game? What? Yes. Okay. Goodbye. Do, 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 do.